Why meditate? We want to change our brain's default mode. Let me explain. Your brain is hijacked. Why is it hijacked? How is it hijacked? And how do you know it's hijacked? We ruminate. We live in lack, always wondering, when will I get this? When will this happen? I don't have this, therefore I am. This lack creates so much stress, so much overwhelm. So when we're in the zone of worry and overwhelm, what happens is we're in the tornado of resistance. And we're going to talk about that in a second, about how to overcome that through meditative practices. So our past circumstances determine our future. So I'm going to read a quote from Dr. Dispenza. And it goes, when you understand that change really requires becoming uncomfortable to a certain degree, and that's normal, you're leaving the known and stepping into the unknown. So what does that mean? When we're trapped in a routine, what we're really trapped in is safety and certainty. This is the path of resistance. This is where we get into those modes of lack and overwhelm. Because when you deny your higher being, you're literally giving a finger to your higher being by staying safe and certain in your set of beliefs and habits that you have acquired over years and years. So living in this safe and certain reality, what we've done is denied ourselves the true path of higher vibration, of our true purpose in life. So let's put it this way. You live in safe zone right here. We want to get to the unknown. Whoa. Getting here is uncomfortable. This is where most people stop. See, they use techniques and processes, right? When we start to believe that these techniques and processes will do the job for us, we live in that never-ending cycle that is just over and over of not getting what we want and just ruminating. You see, because when we focus on the techniques and the processes that we think are going to change us from the outside in, okay, we try meditation. It doesn't work. So I've seen this time and time again with clients. They try the meditation. As soon as they close their eyes, they open them right back up. No. I can't do this. They have just been shown the truth and what has been ruling their lives for decades. When we remove our negative mindset and presumed limits, we begin to open ourselves up to new possibilities. Okay? So as an example, when I was younger, I was a smoker. I smoked so much. And the times that I tried to quit, it was so hard because I would go for a week without smoking a cigarette, and then all of a sudden I'd fall back into it. Oh, it's okay, I'll just have one. No big deal. The reason that kept happening is because of my I am. I know you have heard this before. Your I am is the ultimate goal. How did I quit smoking? In general, I quit smoking because I told myself I wasn't a smoker. I acted as if I was not a smoker. Those times during work, I'm going to go have a cigarette. No, that's not something that I do. So you have to reframe it. What does this person who I wish to become do instead of these other, habits and beliefs and stuff that we've acquired over this course of our life? So by now you're thinking, why meditate? Why meditate? How is my brain hijacked and how do I get it back? Meditation. You're meditating. What's happening is there is all of your beliefs, all of the things that you think you are, your I am, all of that stuff is in there. And what we find is that we're either part of the storm or the eye of the storm. True meditative techniques bring you to the middle of the now, the eye of the storm. All of the other stuff circles around you. When you close your eyes and you start to see this and you see where you are, this is the point of discomfort. Holding a center removes you from this discomfort, because when you identify with this discomfort, with this I am, what you're doing is you're creating a massive amount of resistance to that which you want to become. When you become the eye of the storm, you become the true I am. The true I am. This I am is malleable. This I am can mold and shape into whatever we wish through beliefs and feelings, and the same thing that got us here. The same thing. But focusing on what isn't is exactly the resistance that keeps us in the whirlwind of negativity. Not being able to really transcend into that which we want to be. So let's really break this down. So check this out. You're meditating. All the thoughts, all this stuff is there. And I'm trying to meditate. Control the thoughts, control the thoughts. Don't think, don't think, don't think. All of that resistance keeps you here. How do we transcend from this? How do we get out of that? You have to realize that all of these things, they're okay. They're simply okay to just be and be there. And understanding that through our lives, we've created that. And now it's time to step away from it and observe it. When we do that, the angry person is no longer there. All of that suffering completely goes away, but it is uncertain. It is extremely uncertain, and it's extremely uncomfortable, because truly what we're doing is the death of the ego, but not the full death of the ego. We are converting the ego, because the ego just wants to protect us. When we when we are uncertain and uncomfortable, this is the path to oneness. This is the path to manifesting, to being abundant, being exactly the opposite of lack. Lack only comes from safety and certainty, because you're so certain things are the way they are. When we separate ourselves, the master meditator, which I know that's a harsh word, master meditator. No, when you can hold your presence for just a few minutes, you've mastered meditation. And you continue to do that until the next moment, the next moment, the next moment, and you just keep conquering the moment. In the unknown, everything in your life will be thrown at you. Everything. And it's not your path to emotionally involve yourself with your thoughts, with your memories, with all these things that are in there when you close your eyes. It is your job to allow them to be completely, with no judgment at all. Just allow. So this is where we become one. This is where we truly have the ability to shift timelines. This person, the higher self, is already in existence. All timelines exist at this moment. The real you that you wish to become is just on a different timeline. So when I was a smoker, the way I stopped smoking is I changed my I am. Extremely powerful ways of doing this are simply just through meditation. You can script, you can affirm, all of that stuff is nice, but they are just processes and techniques that you can use and will get your foot in the door. But it always comes back to the I am. I told myself, I'm not a smoker. I wouldn't do those things. As soon as I did that, I shifted to my higher self. I was on a complete different timeline now, okay? This allowed me to do that by becoming aware and centered of the hurricane. When you become the eye of the storm cannot affect you. You are the calm. This is where we want to be. This is why meditation can truly change your life. Your default mode was programmed by you through the thoughts and feelings and actions that you have just done through your whole life. To change that, change your I am. When you change your I am, it doesn't even feel, it feels so wrong to be the alternate you, that other person. Like now I think about smoking a cigarette, there's no freaking way. There's no way I would do that. That's just not who I am. And beyond that, after I did that, I took little baby steps to improve my life. And this can happen in this 3D realm with your diet, with your fitness. I told myself, I'm not this person that eats this crap anymore. I'm not this person that drinks anymore. I'm not this person that wakes up, smokes a cigarette and drinks coffee and stares out into space, mindlessly. We want to be mindful. And as soon as I made those little shifts, I just kept shifting into the timeline that I wished to be on. Okay, do you understand? If you get this, drop in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. So before we continue, I have a free meditation in the description. Check it out. This is where we begin. This is where we get our foot in the door. I call it my inner sanctuary meditation because when you can find that peace and calm, this is where everything else happens. We have to get out of that trying to think, trying to do this. That doesn't work. You must find that inner sanctum of calm. From there is where we create. Because if we don't do that and find that calm, that centeredness from where we can create from this 5D awareness, this absolute observer I am, then our 3D conditions, our thoughts and beliefs, what we think is to be, will always control our lives. Always. And I had this happen to me for years and years. I just lived with no purpose. No matter how hard I tried, it was like the more I worked and the harder I tried, the worse it became. Until I stepped back and looked at what was really running me. And when I found that out, things became easier. And they kept getting easier. My meditative practices kept getting easier. My emotional control in this world, like nothing was throwing me off balance. I used to be so emotional. Little things would just flip me out. Little things. And they would rule me for a long time. There are still things that come up for me in meditation that, decades ago, when I was a teenager, they still pop up. But that's okay. Because it was an experience and it's always going to be there. That's okay. It's a test. The universe is constantly testing us, not in the external, but inside. Those are the tests we must pass. And becoming aware of them, they literally just show themselves. You look, and in my meditation, I don't think, oh, that was something that used to bother me. It's not going to bother me now. No, none of that is happening. There is no thought or judgment upon it at all. It is just there. It is an experience, and it passes, and it goes right back into the tornado, the hurricane, whatever you want to call it. I am the eye of the storm. You understand? Drop in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. So here's where people get really stuck. They're meditating. They have become the eye of the storm, right? They have become centered. They are one. They are in the now, in the presence. Okay? Now, where people get stuck is this. I'm going to shift timelines and change my I am. So they think of the timeline that they want to convert to. They want to flip to this timeline. They think of it. That's the problem. This thought is from here. That is, you're using the resistance that you just stepped away from to try and create something else. This is wrong. There's no thought. The thoughts come from here. The feeling comes from here. We want to feel the I am. Okay? When you feel the way you wish to be, it all comes into fruition. So when you do this and you feel the I am, you know with certainty that, whoops, that's an I am. You know that this timeline is the true you. When you command yourself, you command it with the I am. You are commanding your cells, your DNA. You are commanding this to stay put and for your being to shift timelines. And it takes moments. It can take seconds. If you're really good at meditation and you can just sit there for hours, nothing messes with you, you can just sit there and be in that centered space, you have the awareness of the timelines. And you can see exactly what frequency they're on. And you just simply observe that frequency. And by putting your observation and awareness on that frequency, you then become it. You have now just become that I am. You understand? There is no thought. You don't see that which you want to become and think, how do I become it? Think, how do I become this person? No. The frequency is there for you to obtain. There's no thought behind it. You can feel it. You can feel this person. You can feel the people in your past. You can feel who you used to be. And you just choose to go this way. And you just become aware of the frequency. And it'll be shown to you. It's right there for you. It's right there for you. Because look, nobody changes unless you change your energy. We know this by now. It is so well known. Our energy, our frequency is what delegates our lives. What we feel, we will attract. We know this. This is not advanced stuff. Advanced stuff would be, in my opinion, ancestral healing. That stuff is way beyond the beginner and way beyond the intermediate, because you must be able to feel the I ams in your present moment, because you will be uncomfortable. You will see things from your past or from thousands and thousands of eons ago, what is still running you. Because your brain is hijacked not only by your experience of this reality, but your past relatives, your ancestors' experience of reality. So that is also baggage that you're carrying. And it gets really fun because once you get through your own BS and you start to see, oh my gosh, my parents, I'm seeing stuff that they went through. Oh my gosh, my siblings. Oh my gosh, my great-grandfather, great-great-great-great-grandfather. You start seeing this stuff and it's just so confusing because we just want to tackle it all. But you still have to remain centered and aware and allow these experiences to go into the hurricane. And handling them, that's a different video. We'll cover that. If you want me to do an ancestral healing video, you know it, drop in the comments. Tell me what you think. So to sum this up, our default mode is a series of actions and beliefs that we've acquired throughout our lives, and they're running us on autopilot. A lot of people, this is really common with people who are entrepreneurs, who have their own business. They see themselves broke, and then they transcend into the higher self where they are this person that makes a set amount of money, but they are putting limitations. What does that create? Worry, overwhelm. Because you're setting limitations. And usually it's some sort of imbalance in your root chakra. And I'm going to make a root chakra video coming up. So no matter who you are, it's so important that your I am counts. Not just from a safe and certain space. Your I am must feel uncomfortable. And it's going to feel uncomfortable because change is not comfortable. And this is why, a lot of spiritual teachers talk about when you first begin meditating, it feels like death. And it truly is, because it's death of the ego. When you completely shift timelines, your ego has to catch up. It has to catch up because it's already been programmed, just like you were, by the past. And when we shift and go into the new future, our ego has to catch up. And it will, and it just takes time. In my last video, I talked about divine timing. So The universe works in divine timing. You must be patient. You must. There isn't a hope, a wishful thinking of, oh, if I'm just patient and I do the processes and techniques, then what I want will come to me. The money will come to me. The love will come to me. That beautiful house, all of the stuff I want, attention will come to me. That's not how it works. You're still placing restrictions. Your I am is limitless. Become the limitless I am. That is the true path. There won't be any limitations. In your meditation, you just know that this is you. When you step out of your meditation and you're in this world, it doesn't matter. I know it sounds so dumb. Don't pay attention to your 3D conditions. I don't care if you live in a box on the street. Just deny it. Deny the fact that you don't have any food, that you're struggling with money. Just deny it. I get it. It's difficult. It's difficult. Complete and utter conviction, excuse me, of your I am. That is what will truly change your life. Okay? Placing restrictions like when I get the thing, if I just do this stuff, this will happen. If I just write down, I am happy, I am happy, I am happy, not going to work. You're going to spin on the hamster wheel just like you always have been. Just like I always did for so many freaking years. That's why I teach meditation, because it changed my life. And I've seen it change other people's lives by the stuff I teach and how I've, pretty much packaged it into a digestible way to get what you want. So there you go. I realize this might have been a little bit scattered. I haven't done a whiteboard video for a long time. Grab your inner sanctuary meditation right there in the description. It'll change your freaking life. Absolutely. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends that need this information. Peace.